Folks, my next guest tonight is a New York Times bestseller and one of my favorite authors, whose books include The Omnivore's Dilemma in Defense of Food and How to Change Your Mind. His new book is A World Appears, A Journey into Consciousness. Please welcome back to The Late Show, Michael Pollan. Michael, it's always good to talk to you. The last time you were here, we talked about psychedelics. You had a book about psychedelics. Yeah. And your new book delves even deeper into the recesses of the mind, explores the subject of consciousness. Here is the book right here, A World Appears, A Journey to the Consciousness.
I do have a plug, unlike the previous guest.
Exactly.
Sorry.
It's still great. It's still great to you. What set you off on the journey?
Well, the psychedelic experience, actually, was the inspiration. Psychedelics have a way of kind of smudging the windshield of consciousness. Most of the time...
I thought the doors of perception would be cleansed. Didn't Huxley promise us that?
It had the opposite effect. It just smudged them.
Yes.
And suddenly you realize there is a windshield, and what is that about? Why is it this way and not that way?
Well, let me start. How do you define consciousness, then?
It's really not that hard. I mean, people complicate it, but it's basically subjective experience, or even just experience. You know, you have experience. Your toaster does not have experience.
Unless your consciousness gets so great,
well,
to include the toaster.
I guess that's theoretically possible.
You'll get there. You'll get there, Michael.
My toaster will get there. But the other definition I really like is by a philosopher named Thomas Nagel, who said that if it is like something to be this creature or that creature, if it feels like something, you're conscious. He wrote a great essay called What Is It Like to Be a Bat? And even though bats are very different than us, and they hang upside down most of the day, and they get around by echolocation, we can sort of imagine that. We can imagine that they have some kind of experience.
Well, let me ask you a question. So what is the difference then between awareness, because I can imagine a bat, or almost any creature of any kind, any living thing having an awareness. Even plants have an awareness. They're aware of where the sun is, that sort of thing. Differentiate between awareness and consciousness. Is consciousness somewhere along the scale of awareness?
Yeah, I would say that there's a spectrum that begins with what I would call a sentience. And that is this basic awareness of your environment, an ability to tell good changes from bad and to gravitate toward the good things. I think everything alive has that. I think bacteria have that. So I think sentience is the default for life. Consciousness is the way humans do sentience, humans and some other animals.
And when you say some other animals, how many would you include in that? Like, well, the greater, like, you know, megafauna, stuff like that, or?
Yes, mammals, most mammals, some birds, cephalopods, octopuses. But now, you know, what's happening right now is we're democratizing consciousness to more and more species. And I think it's bringing us to this interesting Copernican moment. You know, when Copernicus came along, we suddenly realized we weren't the center of the universe, right? That the sun did not revolve around us. And that was like mind-blowing to everybody. And I think we're getting there now, because on the one side, you've got consciousness now being extended down to insects and possibly plants, which I talk about in the book. On the other, you have AI coming along.
We have to take a quick break. We're right back with more Michael Pollan, everybody. Stick around.